Guys Next Door. Hi guys, welcome back to Guys Next Door. And on today's episode of Meet the Boss, I have a very charming, handsome, young man, young daddy, husband in this studio. So without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself and then we'll get into the gist of the day. Hello, sir.
Hello, hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing very fine.
Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Ofori Desire Dapper, but I'm popularly called Dapper. I prefer people calling me by my name, my surname rather. So people call me Dapper.
So we have Mr. Dapper in the studios today. And we are going to talk serious business. So those of you that are into importing and exporting, this is your guy. But before we get into the topic for today, I want to ask you one question.
All right.
What was your culture shock when you got into Kenya?
Oh.
Honestly, just be honest.
Well, to be honest, I didn't expect to see old cars. Like, I saw cars of 1980 something. I'm like, what the hell is this? But, well, we're here. But it's a nice place to be, though. But, well,
It shocked you?
Yes, I was well quite shocked because, come on, who drives those things? Those things should be in the museum by now. Not supposed to be on the roads. That was it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's on the lighter note. See, I'm not the only one with culture shock. The more people we have, the more culture shock we get. I didn't even take note about the cars.
Oh.
Now this is another pointer. And that's on a lighter note. So, Mr. Dapper, what do you do for a living?
Okay, I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I do multiple businesses. But for now, I'm majorly into cargo and freight services. For
Import
now.
and export.
Yes, import and export.
Wow. Like I said before, this is your guy. Don't worry, we'll drop his handles in this podcast when we finish. So anybody that wants to import and export, he'll give you good rates. Just like it from Guys Next Door. You get good rates. So you made mention of the fact that you're into import and export, right?
Yes.
You're a serial
entrepreneur, yes.
Entrepreneur. So now I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
With regards to your import and export business, which is harder, importing or exporting?
Yeah, I would say if the African shores of Africa is majorly export.
Okay.
Yeah, because within the African space, you could find out that the freight charges are always even higher within the African space. For example, it costs even more. It's more expensive for that. Airlines will charge you from Lagos to Nairobi. It's cheaper than from Lagos to the UK. And if you check the flight distance, it's 5 hours from Lagos to Nairobi. It's 6 hours from Lagos to the UK. But the Lagos to UK is always cheaper than from Lagos to Nairobi.
So is it an economic thing?
Well, I think Africa doesn't give the space for trading ties among themselves. Okay. So that also, and we also in cargo and in the shipping business, we deal with volume. Now, of course, you'll agree with me that the Nigerian community in the UK is larger than the Nigerian community here. True. So because of that, there are more demands. So people, once you have that in cargo with volume, once you have more volume, the prices get even much cheaper.
So more the higher the volume,
yes,
the cheaper the freight.
Prices, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges you faced exporting within African countries? Now, leave alone outside the shores of Africa.
Well, first is documentation and language barrier, because sometimes when you pronounce something, you're speaking English, but sometimes when you pronounce something, it's not the same thing. So, and we have government I don't think a lot of African countries don't have good bilateral agreements. So you begin to see, for example, let me just use this. For example, some smaller countries in West Africa, like Ivory Coast, Benin Republic, Togo, it's easier to ship things from there. And the things they call contraband in other big African countries like Nigeria and the rest of them, you can ship from all those places very easy. So those big countries, those other countries in the West feel they're doing those smaller countries a favor. Yeah, so it's the same thing too in Africa. There's some things you want to ship, and they begin to ask you for a lot of documentation. Where is this coming from? In cargo, we have consolidated shipment. That's you pick everybody's goods together and you ship it. Now there's something also they call house bill. So that means you're treating each shipment as that shipment. So you have to tell them the date. For example, you have a melon, that's the goosey you call in Nigeria. They ask you what is the botanical name. They use this. what was it made of? Manufacturing expiry date. How do I know all those things? Because you can't go and tell the woman in the market you buy the egusi from what's the manufacturing date. So these are things, we begin to become very strict. Yeah, so they're not good bilateral agreements. And within African space, they prefer exporting to Asia and Europe. So they feel they make more money with that. But if African come among themselves, I think we have a lot. Things. Yes, we have a lot. It's not only about food. I do majorly food and household equipment. That's personal effects. But there are other things we ship. I was just giving somebody an example that, do you know that people buy stones, gemstones? They're majorly from Africa. Yeah. And they go and process these stuffs back and we'll buy them as jewelry. So there are a lot of things to ship from Africa. Africa is the richest continent. So
now these people they will come to Africa.
Yeah.
And collect souvenir. Then we'll buy it.
Yeah. Practical example is the crude oil we have in Nigeria. They buy the crude from Nigeria, refine it, and sell you back what has been refined. So Africa, that's just one.
But isn't that a form of neocolonialism?
Yes, it is. It is. Let me tell you something Africa does. Particularly, I'll be very hard on Nigeria on this one because there are some things. I'm in Kenya now, and I was trying to get avocados. I had some orders from Oman 3-4 months back, and I was trying to penetrate to get to the farmers. I couldn't get to the farmers.
Here or back at
here?
Home? Okay.
But you won't find that in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you find an Indian, when it's time for cashew nut season, they fly from India, come to Africa, come to your villages and buy from your farmers. So where's the use of the broker? There's supposed to be a broker, a mediator, and that also will give some money.
Yeah.
Because if they can buy the farmers just want to eat food, so they can sell it at any price. So if we have to have measures to cut these things off and ensure that people liaise with brokers, and it's also
value what they get.
It's also a source of income for a lot of people.
Also, what I'm getting from you is the fact that these guys know they have free access to Africa, so they will abuse it at any time.
Yes.
So we need brokers that would help discipline that aspect.
Yes, of course. You have things like that, and regulatory bodies. You will be able to have a fixed price. So the reason why I'm not buying from you, I should buy from you, is because I have a good relationship with you. Because if I go to the guy next door, it's going to be the same price. But the price are not even regulated. Someone behind you can sell even lower than you because he wants to keep the customer. So that's it. So
Africa currently, why I'm hitting Africa is because we're in Africa, right?
Yes.
And then I'm going to ask this as a general question, but I want you to answer from your perspective as a Nigerian.
Okay.
There's a lot of inflation in the African system.
Yeah.
And I know in Nigeria, there's so much money in circulation.
Yeah.
Because when Buhari was leaving, they printed more money. Right? So now we have more than enough in circulation. So it has boosted the inflation rate. How has that affected your business, especially exporting things from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Are you speaking as a Nigerian?
Yeah, the import and export business has never been sweet because every government that comes brings their own policies. Um, um, we could not export things like cocoa before because they had like a cartel. You can't break it's just a few set of people. You have to pass through them. So it's gradually getting to all those. Funny enough, just let me touch some things before I answer this your question. And why it's really affecting us is because, do you know, as let me use palm oil as an example. There's been videos flying around the palm oil. You can use palm oil to drive your cars now. Use it to fly your bikes and all that. Do you know that what Nigeria produces as oil is not even enough for us to eat? Yet we export almost 40 to 50% of the oil we produce from Nigeria. It forces the market that we begin to import from countries like Sierra Leone, Togo, Benin Republic. So we begin to get even fruits as little as what you call cherry in English, agbalumo in Yoruba.
Yeah.
We get them from Makotonu and the rest of them. So you find out that there needs to be a reorientation when it comes to Nigerian food. Of course, there are a lot of Nigerians abroad scattered everywhere in the world, and we prefer eating our food. I, for one, I don't think I've eaten British food all my time I've been in the UK. But yeah, and if you see this, everybody's trying to make quick money because they feel if I export these stuffs, I'll earn in dollars or earn in pounds. I change it back to Naira and make more money. Now you see everybody's shipping. Every dick and Harry wants to ship. Everyone wants to ship, and at the end of the day, we just begin to ship, and and when you come to inflation, you find out that there's money, but the goods are not there. People cannot even buy them because everybody wants to export.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to make more money. So why do I give it to you or give me Naira? Of which you might not even pay me because the government has not paid you. So you want to even take the food on credit. So I'd rather not give it to you. I'd rather want to export it to somebody in the UK or in US or in Canada.
Is willing to pay.
Is willing to pay me cash. And I could give them a price in dollars. Of course, we have two rates. There's the official rate and then there's a black market. So I could give you the official rates, and at the end of the day, when it comes, I go take it out I go change it, and I just make a lot of money. So it has affected the business even down to freight charges. Because of that, we have this double rate. We have the airlines keep increasing charges every week. So this week they tell you, okay, dear value customer, you just get an email. Dear value customer, you're no longer charging so and so amount. Another thing again we have in Nigeria because of that is because our government does not remit money. Our government does not repatriate the money back.
So who does the repatriation? If the government does not do repatriation, who does it? It's
the sole responsibility of the central bank to repatriate money. Now, if you observe, you could remember last year or 2 years back, Emirates stopped the operations in Nigeria.
Yes.
The reason was because they were owing them over billions of dollars they were not paying. So the government holds back the money because you're supposed to be able to buy your flight ticket in your local currency. Then the airline has an account of your local currency. When the money is enough, they're going to pick it up and apply to the central bank and say, okay, you're owing so and so money, so they're supposed to repatriate because all that money is supposed to go to an account, and then you pay them back in foreign currency, mostly in dollars. But the government most times doesn't pay. They're keeping the money to themselves to run the system. But that's very, very bad because you scare the foreign investors away. Nobody wants to invest his money and tie his money down. And it forces airlines, the few airlines that still operate now, and charge you in dollars. And they charge you in black market rates. So anytime you want to buy it, it's very expensive.
It's more expensive.
Yeah, so you see that you can't buy your flight tickets from Nigeria with your Naira card. You have to use the dollar card, or you have to send the money to someone abroad to help you buy it.
And that one charges too deep for that one.
Very stressful. So that's it.
That's really crazy. Yeah. I've always thought importing and exporting is a bed of roses. No. I didn't think it was this tedious.
I'll tell you something. FX, that's the foreign the rate of forex. That's the pricing. It affects the business. Something again we have is government policies. You can wake up one morning and you find out that what you shipped is a contraband.
But that was my next question. But
yeah, you can wake up one morning and you find out. For example, there are basic things as contrabands. They tell you, what do you call it? What we eat in Nigeria is nakpomo. It's contraband. They don't need it in the UK, in the US, Canada. They're all contrabands. Yeah, and then you find egusi. Now they just added egusi to the list. I don't know what egusi.
What egusi do to them?
So probably maybe someone has used it to bring in drugs or something. So once you do that, they label everybody as that. Beans from Nigeria is contraband in Europe.
Even here in Kenya.
Yeah, because we use sniper to preserve our beans. And in shipping business, it's contraband that gives you money. If you find a way to bring that thing they don't allow you to bring, that's where you make more. That's where you make more money. So you can give them any price, $20 a kilo, tips that they are ready to pay. Yeah. So that's just it. So government rules, you just wake up one morning and they don't tell you anything. They tell you, I shipped the cherry I talked about, the Agbalumo stuff. We shipped it to the US last year. Yeah, was it last year or 2 years back? I can't remember either. Yeah. And when we shipped it, it was frozen. When it got to the US, the custom officer that handled it, they didn't put it into the. They didn't. It was no longer.
Defrost.
Yes. So when he came for inspection, he didn't say they were bad. He just made a comment. As at the time of inspection, it was not frozen, and they destroyed everything.
Money has gone like that.
Yeah, so over $10,000 gone. So there's nothing you can do about it. So shipping business, the risk is very high. And another thing is insurance companies don't want to work with you because the risk is too high. Who pays?
Okay, so if I get you correctly, cargo shippers. Once you're into import and export, once you're a business person, cargoing stuff, you don't have insurance.
Yes, we don't insure because you won't be able to pay. Is it
because it's too expensive?
No, they don't want to even work with you because your container can sink. Everything can lose. Well, you can lose everything. Who pays all that money? A standard vessel takes like 18,000 containers. Why do you want to pay? Who do you want to pay and who do you want to leave? Though the shipping lines have insurance. That's the vessel. They have insurance. But you with the container, you don't have insurance.
You don't have insurance.
No. People do, but it's almost
very risky.
Yes, it's even pointless because but it's another thing is I think it's in 17th or 18th century. I don't think you've heard when last did you hear there's any ship that capsized or anything. No. Because these days there's technology and all that. Yeah, so these are things. Another thing with cargo, bigger challenges. You don't own shipping lines. You don't own the container. You don't own the vessel. So
why is it a set rule?
No, it's not a set rule. We have those guys. Logistics is very broad. Those guys have maritime logistics.
Okay.
So they are the back end. Nobody knows if I ship your goods. You don't know what airline I used. You don't know what
as long as your goods are
that's just your business. You have no that. So at the end of the day, I can decide to use the Hyperloyd or Max Line or MSC. That's none of your business. So another thing is they will give us information. Okay, our vessel is coming in 2 weeks' time. So I book my container, I do what I have to do, and the vessel does not come. I have told my customers your goods are leaving in 2 hours time. The customer will think I'm the one lying.
They don't know that
it's not. So at the end of the day, you're just like a houseboy at the end of the day because you don't own the shipping line, you don't own the vessel, you don't own anything. So it's
and you still get the stress.
Yeah, sometimes they'll tell you your ETA, your estimated time of arrival of your container will be on the 10th. It's the last container I had on the 10th. 2 or 3 days to the time, you just get an email. Sorry, it's going to arrive so and so time. It's 2 or 3 days again before they keep shifting the dates. And finally, it came on the 21st. What if people need to use their stuff? And then, so in shipping business, you don't ship under pressure because you most likely will not meet up. Because one is the shipping line, Another thing is customs. You can't push customs. Customs are doing their job. One of my containers took 5 weeks to clear.
For one container?
Yeah, so it took 5 weeks. And if it takes 5 weeks, you pay demurrage because the shipping line gives you only 1 week. If you don't clear a container after 1 week,
you have to pay
they start charging you every day.
Every day?
Yes, daily.
Not every week?
No, every day.
People should fear God. So, every day.
So that's it. So these are the challenges in the business. It's very risky. Sometimes you can't sleep at night because your customers are calling you, where are my goods? Where's this?
Checking your blood pressure.
And they keep asking you, when will it come out? And you'll be like, I don't know. Why would you know? Someone even asked me one of the days, can you give me customs number? Customs don't talk to anybody. They don't even have a phone number. You only communicate via mails. So
how do you now handle clients? Because I know our brothers, we Nigerians, we can be very, very impatient. How do you handle our kind of people?
Yes, in cargo, you have to be rough at the same time you have to be calm. Because you meet people that sometimes they don't want to even pay you. Nigerians want to tell you until the goods are out before they want to pay you. And I ask myself, who pays the clearing? Who pays customs? Who pays the shipping line? You're supposed to pay. I always ask them, one of the days I was this customer and that shipment delayed. It was supposed to take 1 month. It took 3 or 4 months. Some then said their stuffs are bad. And I told the lady, can you pay your money? And she said she's not paying. I said, if it was DHL, you would tell them that. That's what I told her. Because DHL is bigger. And that's something Nigerians need to work up on. When you see a small business, because you know the owner, you talk to the person anyhow. You can't talk
there's
to
no
DHL.
respect. We don't value our own.
Because now in the UK where I stay, there are lots of logistics company and they don't care about you. I don't want to call company names because this is the bad part of them, because I'm not trying to even demarket anybody, but you see some companies to get your goods missing, you can't do them anything. They'll tell you to go to court.
Really?
You can't win them. That's the truth.
They will buy the case.
You can't win them. So they ask you first, did you pay insurance? Did you declare the value of your goods? That's none of their business. Because they have customers. So Nigerians need to work on that also, because when it comes to shipping, we need to educate people. Sometimes you tell them, container is set to arrive on the 12th, and they start calling, it's already 12th. I tell them, no. That's when that's when the vessel is going to get to the port. Now the customs have to do their job. So
just give the customs extra time. That's
for exports. Imports, again, is the same thing. There was a time we imported some phones from US to Nigeria, and they kept on asking, it has to pass customs. It passes through NDLEA before DSS. And people ask you, what is NDLEA doing with phone? They ask you what's NDLEA. They asked me, and I'm like, okay, we're done with customs. Next, they said, what is NDLEA doing with my phone? I'm like, oh yeah, that's NDLEA. They have to check if there are drugs.
They have to check if there are drugs
inside it. Yeah. So people don't know that these things are in stages. I think Nigerians need to be educated. I think we need to educate
really
them. Not only Nigerians, Africans. A lot of people don't even know why they pay so, why they do this, why you have to pay that. So, it's really.
Can you come up with a seminar about that? I'm sure it will help us.
Yeah,
it
sure.
Definitely will help us.
Yes, I was something I told my people in my office to do every Wednesdays. They go online to teach people
sensitization.
Yes, on how these things work. We had to even tell people how to package their goods. People just bring things in nylon bags and all that. You can't ship those kind of things. You have to repackage them. Somebody will tell you, I've weighed my stuff at home, it's 10 kilo. And I'm like, please, until you have final weights, you cannot make your payment.
That's interesting. Hey, no wonder people used to die. Well, folks, my container, fiam. They've gone.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was this tasking and
yes,
hectic.
It is. It is because those ones are actually even better because it's one person's. I'm the owner of the stuff, so if I die, I die. But now you have people's stuff inside there. You personally doesn't have anything in there.
It's for other people.
It's for other people. So you see how they're going to disturb you.
You better than other people's death.
That's it. That's it.
That's so
yeah.
Yeah, cargo. I'm not doing cargo again. Thank you, Push. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I can help you people boost your business, but I'm not going to cargo. No, I'm very fragile. So, in as much as now we've spoken about like the cons, right?
Yeah.
what are the exciting parts?
Okay.
Of cargo shipping.
Okay. You earn in foreign currency because you don't. If you ship the pay, it's better you don't clear. For example, if I ship to the US, I don't clear with naira. I don't clear with Kenyan shillings. Here, I have to use dollars. So definitely, it's going to force me to have dollars. So you're going to have strong currencies around you. So you have a lot of hard currencies around you. Yeah, that's one. Another thing is going to expose you to a lot of things. Yeah, you begin to. Sometimes you have to learn some little languages for some people just to be able to capture and all that. So you also have to learn. It gives you the geography. It gives you to understand some places I've never been to, but I know them. You gotta ship to that place. Yeah. So, and it makes you also understand it gives you insight on government regulations. So cargo is something as you are ever learning. Every day you are learning. Yeah, so there's something they call dangerous goods. Or the guy that was designing for me, when I told him put dangerous goods, they're like, "What? Dangerous goods?" Yeah, that's another part of logistics.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there are also a lot of things. It exposes you. You meet a lot of people. You easily connect with people. Because now the world is small. It's like
it's a global village.
Yeah, so you're able to connect people online and all that. So it exposes you and it gives you room for partnership. Truth is, you can't do everything by yourself.
True.
Yeah, so you have a warehouse in this country. You need to contact another cargo agency. You guys will have to talk, sign partnerships. You sign agreements, and then at the end of the day, you collect your own profit. So it's something that is. Like I always tell people, cargo is the second largest industry after manufacturing, because whatever you manufacture, you have to move it from one place to another. Yeah, so that's it. So this is just international logistics. There's domestic logistics. There's local logistics. So local is within the state, the domestic within the country. Those ones too, you still have money in it.
Okay.
There's money in all that. Yeah, so cargo is it's very exciting. Well, when it's no longer exciting when you begin to deal with customs and all that. But if you have a clean shipment all the time, before you know it, they no longer waste their time to check your stuff all the time. They just allow you go because they know this name has always been bringing clean containers or clean air freight. They're always clean. They don't have anything, so they allow you. Like for me now, my air freight, I can't remember when last time they even checked it. Yeah, even though I changed airline from one airline to another airline, they don't care. Once they see the name, they just allow it. It's
because you've built your integrity over time.
That's just it. So that's something people need to also know. You don't have to be in a hurry to make money in cargo. If you stay over the years, you make your money. DHL started as a joke. Today now DHL is all over the world. You have the likes of FedEx and all of you. Aramex is also coming up. So if you stand strong at the end of the day, you make money. And yeah, so that's it.
I know I've heard hard currency. I think I'm gonna change my mind. But I'll also think about it. So please, before we round up, I want you to encourage people who want to go into logistics and cargo. Just tell them what they need to know. But you see people are going to pay for this free Thanksgiving. Yes, but I just want you to educate briefly. Just let them know what to expect, what to do, how they can skip all the hurdles.
Okay, the thing is, you have to just stick to your space in cargo. The cargo is too big. You can just have to stick to people that just do sourcing and packaging. But you find them that they'll be like, okay, I can source and package. Why can't I just also export? There are people that are back end, freight forwarders at the back end. So they are brokers. So they liaise between the airline and customs for you. But people want to do all around. You can do everything. Yes. Yeah. So you choose the area you want, and then you stick to that place. You want to do dry cargo. You want to do the frozen shipments. But mind you, people send in frozen yams, snails, goat meat, and all that fresh stuffs. So people do all that. So you just have to stick to your part.
Y'all do that?
Recently,
snails?
The one raining in the US currently from Nigeria is people export cooked food.
Huh?
Yeah, it's big money. The charge.
Sorry. Rewind.
Yes.
I can cook jollof rice.
Yeah.
and
frozen.
export.
Yes, people freeze those Yoruba delicacies. You see them with what did you call that? Is it ewedu and the stew? Yeah, they export them.
Cooked.
They charge like
It not spoil.
$50 per kilo, and people pay.
Huh?
Yes, you can make huge amount of money from it, and people pay. Cooked food, frozen. They'll be frozen
idea.
for like 5 days, and then you get so cargo is very big, so you just choose the part you want, and you stick to it.
Business idea.
Yeah.
Okay, investor. I'm joining in the investments. Food.
So
you're trying to say that I can cook me and cook her now and export.
yes, of course. It's just that yes, you can. You can. But pending on government regulations and all that, like I said, those stuffs most of the times are contraband, but they find a way to do it. Contraband gives more money.
Yeah.
Because you're taking a risk.
No man is there, but they always pay me.
Yes, so that's how it is. So that's how it
really
is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much, Mr. Dapper.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This podcast, but we end this podcast. I know what it to end. But guys, it comes to the end of Meet the Boss, and Mr. Dapper has really, really educated us on logistics and cargo. Please follow him on Instagram at Buan Logistics, and same as Twitter as well.
Yes, Buan Logistics.
Yeah. Same as Twitter. I don't know if they have TikTok, but let me prophesy.
Yes, they have.
Same on TikTok.
Yes, the same name, Buan Logistics.
Buan Logistics everywhere. And also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And also tell us where you're commenting from and what you want to ship. And just slide in your DMs. And definitely, I'm sure you'd have great service as well.
Yeah.
So from me, your girl RJ, it's bye. Before you go and watch all these videos that are up here. If not what it happened to you in your dream, you shall know the drill. Anyway, bye guys. This is Guys Next Door.